it's just sad because they work so hard and it's been cut from our school and they can't participate in it anymore and have the same spirit. And also, I've learned a lot from teachers. Going through elementary school, that's basically where you learn the foundation of everything else is from elementary school and middle school and high school, and then that is what everything is based off of. And the teachers are helping the future, and it's just sad to me.
Anyone else want to speak? All right, well, did you have something you want to say, Andrew? All right. This is the last call. If anyone wants to say something. All right. So.
It doesn't be long. It could be like 3 sentences if you really.
He doesn't want to speak.
I do want to speak. Honestly, everybody else had a chance.
So at the LSU YouTubers coming out, just truly show how much we all care about this thing.
So if that's it, Andrew?
I've heard a lot of very interesting things today. It's so nice to know that there are other students who think the same way that I do. That I'm not the only one, that I'm not isolated. It's nice to know that there's this community of people around me that all care, and that this isn't something that is only limited to my close group of friends and maybe a few other people. And so I'd like to talk about some of the impacts that I've heard and that I know will happen from these cuts. First off is that I believe attendance will drop because there's some kids that only come for the arts programs, that only come for the football, not football programs, because I'll just say because it's enough, but only come for some of those tiny obscure programs that are very important to them, but not that many other students. And I want to say those few students are just as important as every other student in the district. And that simply because they're in a tiny program, that doesn't mean that they should be cut. However, I know that the school board has no choice. It's not their fault that they have to cut those programs. They have to prioritize things that will help the most students possible. And it really also doesn't excuse the fact that those students will be missing school. If the students don't go to school, that's not right. They should be grateful for their chance to go to school. However, it does explain the fact that they won't be coming. It explains why, and it is a consideration we have to make when we are considering what to cut. And this has a significant economic impact, as many of the people here have discussed. Because when we have a less educated workforce, we have lower prosperity because of lower average wages. When a country makes high wages, then the people can pay higher taxes, and the country can have more money to do good things with, and help all its people prosper. However, this isn't the only impact, because for all the quantitative impacts, the ones that we can actually measure with numbers and studies like that, there's also significant impacts that we can't measure, such as those to the personal growth of each individual student. For example, I have spent for 3/4 of my life in this school system. I spend more time every day in the school than I do with my own parents. I spend about 10 hours of my day every day in school. And I spend about 8 hours sleeping, which doesn't leave even 8 hours for my parents. And so school's become basically another parent to me. And as many other students have also mentioned, school is one of their other parents. It's a third or to some of them a second parent. And just like a parent, just like the parent's job is to shape us, prepare us, and teach us how to live our lives in this world, the school has the exact same task. It shapes us through giving us this taste of responsibility. It prepares us through giving us the knowledge we need, and it teaches us how to be better people by putting us in the social atmosphere, so we can learn how to best interact with other people. The teachers themselves, they're the face of the school system. They're the face of our third parent, or of some of our second parents. Because they don't do it for the paychecks, which are sadly not very small. They do it because they love students. They love protecting and caring for students. And they're the safe people to talk to, as for example, Edward, sorry. He was having a bad week, and this teacher, she was a safe person for him to talk to. He talked to her, and she was safe. And it's terrible that we see these 344 safe people to talk to these 344 parents to students be gone when they're going to be cut next year. It's a terrible thing that we have to go through, and we really need to consider how much they have impacted students and the impacts of what their job is. And so, like a parent that needs their child's help, you're all here now. You're here helping your second or third parent. And that is honor. That is really the definition of honor. Because it shows that you don't just roll over when somebody starts attacking something that you love. It shows that you're willing to fight for one of your ideals, even when you know you're likely to lose that fight. For it'd be fairly naive for us to believe that this one rally can change the course of American history. However, what we can do is we can reach out to our community. We can help them see the importance of our school system. And we can also help them redirect some of the anger that they have that goes towards the school board, towards the people who really have no choice in what they're doing, to the people who actually have a choice in what they're doing, to people who are deciding to fund education less, the people up in Washington, the people up in Salem, that we can show them that those are really the people that they need to be reaching out to and trying to convince to stop cutting schools. Because the school board can't do anything when it comes to how much money they get from the state. It's the state that decides how much money the school board gets. And so by making the community aware of that, they can spend their passions, their angry passions, more efficiently towards actually getting stuff done. And so even regardless of the impact, regardless of what happens after this, we can all still look back and say that we tried. We didn't just give up. We tried our hardest to actually get things done. We tried our hardest to protect our second or third parent. And with that, I'd like to thank the school administration for allowing us to put this on. And I'd also like to invite you all to the candlelight vigil that will be held after this, in which we'll be standing out front of the school. Yeah. Okay, yeah, we'll be standing out in front of the school, and Phil will explain more about this now.
All right, thank you, Andrew. All right, well, first I was instructed to take a picture of everyone. As you can see, there's a camera here, which I will try and find out how to operate. All right. Okay, also we have some, sorry about that, we also have some members of the school board. Could you stand up? We have something for you. If you would. I know it's strange taking things out of the coffin and handing them to people, but it's a little symbolic gift. You can, say, or...
My about last one. Captain. And I got some.
All right. There's also a language arts can if anyone wants it. Just try not to eat it on the school grounds, we're all still here. But, all right, so, as you might be able to see over there, we have some refreshments. You can grab some M&Ms or pretzels, or we also have Kool-Aid on your way out. But we would encourage you to, as has been said before, just walk past our symbolic casket here, grab some ping pong balls, and use them as really just a tool to let other students know that there are those of us who care about this, those of us who are willing to come and say to each other and the community that we are here for our schools. Also, as Andrew just alluded to, we will have a candlelight vigil. If you would like to stay around for that, we have, I guess, 10 minutes or so to get that started. You can. There's a little tub of candles over there. You can just grab one, and we will have them lit starting outside in just a few minutes. So we'll let you know when that is ready to go. So yeah, just grab some refreshments and grab some ping pong balls. And thank you all for that.
It is on. I'm just gonna keep it on. I'll just keep it on.
There was a little lunch.
Globes.
Which way is the front door? That side? Okay, we might be. What are they doing?
The door's over here. The door over here is open. And you might have to look at 2 bathrooms here because that one might be locked.
Just so you know, if you were able to put that on tonight, the point has said they would put it on at 11. If you had any clips that you were willing to put on, this is a long thing, but if you were able to chop up anything, you would better.
I'll have Andrew.
Oh, you're gonna use one? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'll have it too. Yeah. I could West End. Of course, yeah. Alright, so she gave you the info.
And I'll have
Cuts. It sucks. It sucks, guys. Creates pressure part two. Our kids are gonna Isn't that awesome? Just die before they grow up. And you're like, it's not my fault. Oh my god.
Why is yours so far up? She's closing.
It was like a dolphin.
No, you're getting your wax on my candle. We're not sharing like that.
That's great. Cool. Are we supposed to be quiet? We're scaring people.
I never had a vigil. Are we interrupting something?
You guys can go. Yes, you guys can go. Yes.
How do you do a video?
Oh, no, you can get it.